Bears football is officially back, I guess. The Chicago Bears defense, along with Caleb Williams, dominated the first day of Chicago Bears training camp. Bears fans, if you want to follow with my coverage on the Chicago Bears training camp, please hit the big red subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, and also leave a like on this video. So, this was obviously the first day of training camp for the veterans and the rookies, so we really can't take too much, especially the pads were not on for the players, so they did a practice with no pads on. So basically, the only players that were out were Roman Doomsday due to a personal matter. Gerald Everett to a non-football injury issue. They don't look too concerned about it at the moment. And also the rookie that we drafted in the third round, the offensive tackle. I'm trying to think of his name, how to say it. Carry on, I think his name is. But he's dealing with a injury since he had last year, but he is rehabbing it pretty well. But I think he's gonna be ready at the start of training camp. So let's go with the reports. Best play of the day, Jaquan Brisker breaking up a pass with Caleb Williams intended through Tyler Scott on a quarter route. Brisker jumped the route and batted down the ball. So obviously there's a lot of high hopes on Jaquan Brisker, and he's had a up and down career in Chicago, and it's good to see him being that battle hawk, that ball hawk in the backfield for the Chicago Bears and breaking up Caleb's pass to, it was attended, Tyler Scott on the corner route, because Jaquan Brisker's been mostly used as a guy that does some outside stuff on the backfield, but he does work on the blitz. So day one in Bears practice in the book, some install and light work. 2-minute drill wasn't great for the first team. A completion batted in the air that was then caught by Caleb Williams, then 2 incompletions. So Caleb Williams caught his own pass and it was reported that Gervon Dexter Sr., who we'll get into in a second, was the one who batted Caleb Williams' passes, and then Caleb took it upon himself to catch his own pass and then run to the sidelines like Lamar Jackson did in the AFC Championship against the Kansas City Chiefs. So Larry Borom is getting some work as the first team left tackle after Braxton Jones exited midway through camp. Jones returned to the sideline but didn't participate after leaving. Also, Ryan Bates and Doug Kramer got reps as the first team at center. Let's get to Braxton Jones. And Braxton Jones has been solid, but there is some things that I question. Question him handling the bull rush, questioning his thing to stay consistently. There's a lot of things, and I don't want Braxton Jones to win the starting, to basically go in there in day one and be the starter. I want Braxton Jones to have a competition to be the left tackle, which is why it would be a good idea to sign David Bakhtiari to give that extra competition to Braxton Jones to earn that starting job for the left tackle. As far as the center position goes, I'm surprised they gave it to Ryan Bates the first day. It feels like they're going to rotate positions between Colton Shelton and Ryan Bates to see who can be the best at the starting center. And it looks like they're going to do that at the preseason as well. So I do think probably the coaching staff values Ryan Bates because they did trade a future 5th-round pick just to get him. So obviously they probably value him more than what they got with Colton Shelton. Also, Matt Eberflus says day one was really good. The whole process is going to be our learning our team, Eberflus said. He says he was impressed well with his studies ahead of practice. Players knew where to be on day one, which is shouldn't be a surprise to everybody because um, this defense is well prepared going into year three under Matt Eberflus's defense and has a lot better players than it did last season for the Bears. Now, a interesting story that I want to get into. So if I can find it real quick. So hold up. So Montez Sweat was interviewed and he said that Gervon Dexter Sr. did his conditioning drill with the edge rushers yesterday practice and has reshaped his body this offseason. Now, what does this mean? Does this mean that the Bears will not need to go after a edge rusher after all? Because is the plan having Gervon Dexter Sr. being the edge rusher? And don't get me wrong, Gervon Dexter has filled when he was a rotational tool with the edges because he's normally a defensive tackle, but when they used him as a premier edge rusher in one game in particular, I remember it was against the Lions, and whenever he was on Penny Sewell, he would absolutely dominate Penny Sewell, and he made Jared Goff's life a living hell, and Jared Goff would throw the ball away. But eventually, Gervon Dexter got to Jared Goff. And that just shows the fastness and agility that Gervon Dexter has. So do the Bears decide to make him a starting role in the edge rusher? Let me know in the comments down below if you would agree with that decision. But that would mean that we don't know who's going to be the starting nose tackle for the Bears. Do we start the rookie Zach Pickett's, or do we sign one free agency, or do we trade for one? So that's the downside of it is you're going to have to sign a veteran, or you're going to have to rely on Zach Pickett's. So I do think that eventually the Bears will sign a edge rusher. I think it's going to be Yannick Ngakoue very soon. But if it looks like Gervon Dexter is going to be the starting edge, I do trust the coaching staff with their decision. Obviously, they know what they're doing. If their defense was good last year and is looking to be a borderline top 5 unit this year for many years to come. Also, another thing, Jalen Johnson was asked a lot of questions in today's interview with the Chicago Bears. So, and they say defense wins the day. So, I don't know. I need to come prepared for these videos next time. So, he said, quote, he has such great chemistry with Kyler Gordon that they don't even talk. They don't even have to talk. They can look at each other and just nod at a certain way and know exactly what to look for. And Jalen Johnson also said he's tired of having an upside and potential, and we got to go out there and we have to prove it. So also rookie Austin Booker was also working on the pass rush as well, also dominated. Andrew Billings also got in there, and Gervon Dexter Sr. also got into the mix as well, working on that. So it looks like this defense has a lot of top goals. Caleb did show potential, but the offense still had a few struggles. But it was really Caleb Williams doing the most out of it. Which, in hindsight, I'm not really surprised that because he did that a lot at USC. But the difference is this team is a lot better than what USC had the past year. So, but hopefully Roma Doomsday shows up tomorrow. He had to attend a funeral, so my condolences go to Roma Doomsday and his family. or Rome and his family. So let me know in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts on today's training camp by the Chicago Bears. Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, this is the Chicago Sports Talk, Michael. And thanks for watching, and bear down.